How's it going? It's Odd Dustin, and I wanted to talk about a new game that doesn't even have a title yet by a brand new studio called Section9 Interactive. Section9 was founded by Gustav Heinerwall, I think I'm saying that right, and Matthias Ottwall. Those are a new game company in Sweden. They were both from Tarsier, I'm butchering these names, Tarsier Studios, that made the game Little Nightmares and is currently working on Little Nightmares 2. They've also had previous experience on Little Big Planet for the Vita and some other games. Gustav was the art director and creative director on the Little Nightmares series. And Matthias was the programmer. So you have two of the heads of that studio left to found their own studio, Section9. And they have a new game that they're showing some screenshots of and a little tiny bit of footage, but they don't even have a name for this game yet. I reached out to them to ask some questions about the game and also about, you know, what's the name of it, what's going to be like, some of that. And they're keeping a lot of that close to their vest. But they did let me know that it was Gustav and Matthias that are the founders, so I could take a look at what they had done previously. And, you know, the Little Nightmares game, if you haven't seen it, go take a look at the trailer for that game and maybe watch somebody play a little bit of that. It is an awesome game. It was, I believe it's out on Game Pass right now. As of the recording of this, so you should be able to go play it. That or it was on like Games with Gold or something like that recently, so you should be able to check out Little Nightmares. But this game was by those same people that designed it. It's a sci-fi game. It is isometric, so it's similar in style as far as like the art style of it, but it's more of the sci-fi vein instead of the creepy kind of what the hell is happening in this creepy world vein that was in Little Nightmares. So let's take a look at what they've got going on. So right off the bat, if you go to section9interactive.com, you can see in the background, it's got a team of people that have shown up here in some kind of, it looks like maybe futuristic mechanical world. This looks very much like either cement or metal walls. You know, you've got some electrics here and some wires coming down. So this is maybe a futuristic space sci-fi type of environment. They are wearing helmets. So I'm assuming it's on an alien world where maybe you're not allowed to breathe, or there's been some kind of accident to where the air here where they're walking outdoors is not breathable. I like this look of the art style here, and also the lighting is very ominous. And it says here, we are a small team, long experience in the game industry, previously working in leading roles in titles such as, like we talked, Little Nightmares 2, Little Big Planet PS Vita, and our ambition is to use our combined skills and passion to create world-class games with compelling visuals and interesting worlds to explore. We are hard at work on a new sci-fi action adventure title for PC and next-generation consoles. So right there, it's telling you this is going to be for PC, PS5, Xbox Series X. And I wanted to take a look at some of the GIFs that they put out and some of the screenshots here and just kind of get some hype going for this game, because it looks pretty dope. All right, so let's take a look at this one. This is not a GIF. This is a still picture that they have up on their site. I've zoomed in here, and I wanted to kind of break down a little bit of what I'm seeing here zoomed in. So this could be like a robotic enemy from behind coming up here. This could just be scenery, but I'm thinking from some of the other GIFs that this might be right before you get attacked. You can kind of see a feminine looking face to me. That's kind of feminine. It could just be that it's more, you know, like some of the anime characters, it's androgynous, but also with the skinny legs here, it's possible that this is supposed to be a female explorer. I would love that. I love female protagonists myself. But either way, it's definitely in space or some kind of toxic environment, because you have the helmet on for protection and you are carrying a weapon to shoot those things. It looks like you have a pistol and a rifle. So it's possible that you have two different guns that you can switch from. One fast firing and other one does heavy damage but is slow firing. It kind of looks like there's a scope right there as well. So that's interesting to me. There isn't any footage of this gun being used, only this one in these GIFs that we're going to take a look at. All right, the next one that they show is you backing away from this creepy ass whatever that is monster. It almost looks like a hand growing up out of its head, but it could be more of organic exposure. Like this could be somebody that you know, even, or maybe the facility that you're at. You're there to try to figure out what happened, and all of a sudden you come across this fungus dude, the fungus among us, and not only is it growing out of his head, but you can see when it pops up, little tentacle type things are also coming up out of the side of it. It's really disgusting looking, which I love. I'm kind of into that kind of horror-y grossness. And you can see this view here, the isometric view, top-down, controlling your environment. The lighting looks great as it's bouncing off these wet environments too. That's definitely going to be something that they take advantage of on the PS5 and the Series X. So yeah, that looks really cool. And also the spores that you can see in this hallway here might also be a reference to some kind of organic something that has attacked these people. Now here you can see we're coming from this angle. They did confirm, so Little Nightmares, if you had seen anything about that game, it's fairly linear, straight across type of game. It's not 100% side-to-side platformer type of game. It is you do get to move around the environment a little bit, but not a whole lot. It's basically you're going from screen to screen, moving around. You're not working within the environment to a massive extent. And they confirmed that this game is going to definitely have movement, more three-dimensional, and not just a side-scroller type adventure like Little Nightmares, which is cool. You can tell from this that he probably came, or she or whatever, your character probably came from over here where this fan is broken and walked through this. You can see also as you're walking by this growth, whatever it is back here, there's some dead ones on the ground. Maybe you shot those. And then there's a few that are running away from this, little scurries away from you. That's a nice little effect as well. Also walking more into these spores. It's also real interesting the way that they've designed the light on this flashlight here. I don't think this is like on the end of your gun. I think this is a special flashlight, maybe even an analysis, because the multiple points like that are interesting. The only reason I could think that they're doing that, not just for effect, but also to analyze the area. So this could be like a sensor that you have to whip out every now and then to analyze the area, see what's in there, and learn a bit more about what is going on. You are shown here pressing X to open a box to get some items. So you're going to definitely need to be exploring. It's possible that you're going to find weapon parts or armor upgrades, things like that. We don't really know, but I'm just assuming that you're not just going to find a food item or something like that. I'm hoping that you'll be able to get different things to make your weapons more powerful, or story parts, or who knows what. But yeah, here's a small little blown a hole in the wall. You can see that also from this GIF here. Where's that? So this GIF, your character runs up and it says explosive charge. You throw a little explosive charge on the wall, blows it up, and you can go through there. There was no indication that that was a place that you could place one. So I'm wondering if there is going to be hidden areas to where it's not 100% necessary to complete the story, but if you find them, you get to blow a hole in a wall, go through, and then find this treasure, because it looks like this, similar kind of thing. This hole has been blown in the wall, and they've come in to find this treasure. So I think that's pretty cool, and also would give a lot of either replayability to try to figure it all out, or if you're trying to do trophy hunting, having things hidden, and especially in a sci-fi game, having things hidden in dark corners is always a lot of fun. Now this one is pretty interesting as far as the tools that you have. You definitely see that he's using some kind of grappling mechanic to that device. So I'm assuming that there's some kind of attachment either to your gun or that you have in your kind of backpack of tools. But what's interesting about this GIF beyond the other ones is that you don't see any weapons or the same kind of armor that you've seen in the other GIFs in this one. So in this GIF, you see that you're running through the environment wearing just a jacket and a helmet. You don't really have like the high-tech gear, so maybe you're not in where the spores are heavy. You're still kind of running around the environment of whatever this facility is, and you're given, a single tool. You don't have any weapons yet, so you're running away from things. Or maybe you do have a weapon, but you don't have your rifle yet, because there's definitely no rifle on the back of the character at this point. And you can see here on this one here, well, I guess they're wearing the jacket. It's just that the rifle is keeping it from running back. What about here? Is that the jacket too? It's hard to tell. No, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. So you are wearing the jacket here. It's just that when you've got the rifle on, it's almost like a backpack, so it keeps it from flapping around like it does on this one. So you don't start off with the rifle, or at some point you lose the rifle and you only have this grappling hook. Who knows? So the last GIF that they have on their website is this one of what I can only assume is either a really hard boss, not a really hard boss, but a really hard enemy, or a boss fight of some type. You can see that it's a one-legged or two-armed, one leg, a three-leg. I don't know what you would call that, but it's got 3 different appendages sticking off of it, and it is shooting lasers at you. It also has the multiple point lights as it walks down that hallway, so it's analyzing things as well, probably looking for you. It's possible that you have to run from it for a while, and then you finally get to this room and you have to do a boss fight where it's also charging up its laser, giving you an attack window where it shoots its laser and it stops its movement. I've seen that in other games. But the design of this enemy looks like a lot of fun, and I'm hoping that maybe sometime this year we'll get a trailer so we can hear some of the sound design. That's another big piece of gaming for me, is having great sound, especially in a horror game. So far, the graphics and the art style of this are pulling me in, and I'm excited enough about it to make this video, even though we don't even know what the name of the thing is. So we're just going to call it the Section 9 sci-fi horror game. They haven't said it's horror, but it looks kind of horrible to me, horrifying to me. Horrible, is that a word? Horrible? No. And it's definitely action adventure. It looks like you're running all around doing all kinds of different things in a sci-fi environment. So I don't know, I'm pretty hyped for it. Hopefully you are as well. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll keep an eye on this together. I'll post videos as I see things throughout the year on my YouTube channel. If you want to keep up on all this, just hit subscribe and hit like on this video. Let me know what you think, and if you find any other games that are out there that are just being announced that are similar, let me know that as well. I'd love to take a look at them. All right, everybody, have a good one. I'll talk to you in the next one.